What's cracking, guys, and welcome to a Monster Girl tier list where we're gonna be, well, ranking some Monster Girls. There's a whole big list of them here, and we're gonna go through every single one of them. Now, I know what you're thinking. Some of these girls may be like a little bit too weird for the taste, or maybe some of them are like a little bit human and barely even a monster. But you know what? That's why we're here. Because sometimes just being a little bit different from human makes it just better. It just makes it just a little bit better and more exciting. So let's just get straight into it. All right, so the first one here is an alien. Now, aliens could be interesting and they could be kind of bad. The problem with an alien is, you know, the fact that sometimes they come with appendages like tentacles that you may not be too excited about. And other times they may just be humans with blue bodies, and that's kind of hot. Sometimes they can be really good, sometimes they can be really bad. And that's why I think an alien is gonna be just a solid B tier kind of monster girl. You don't really know what you're gonna get. The next one is an android. Androids that I know include like 2B. Really hot. Apparently she weighs like over like 1,000 pounds or something like that. So her booty is enough to crush your face. I also know Zentreya. Zentreya also has like little stick legs and stuff like that. Pretty hot. Would I want to actually do anything with that? With something that's gonna crush my face? A little bit dangerous. Still great to look at. Android girls, again, solid B tier. However, there is problems with it. There's problems. Angels are pretty much just humans with wings, you know? They flap around. They have their little fun little wings. I guess maybe they have like a halo above their heads. They have big boobas, they're nice soft skins, and they have that heavenly glow. You want to be like babied by one? Angel is like S tier, bro. If you have like an angel tier, that's like, you can't beat it. It's really good. Maybe you'll get a little bored from maybe just doing, you know, I guess the missionary position all the time. Sure. That could be bad, I guess. A Batgirl. So I'm assuming a Batgirl is gonna be a little bit like a vampire here is what she's gonna turn into a bat. She's gonna have like some bat wings. You know, she's gonna wanna suck your blood. And that's gonna be a little bit weird, not gonna lie. I don't want girls that are gonna like suck my blood, especially since you need that blood to at least get it up anyway. And if she bites down on that thing that has like a bunch of blood soaked in it, that's going to be kind of a terrible situation to be in. Things that will cause physical harm to me but still looks kind of hot, I don't know. That's like a C tier for me. It's still kind of like I'm a little bit attracted to it, but I'm a little bit wary of it, you know? I don't want too much to do with it. So a bearded dwarf. It's like a little short stack with a beard. I don't know how I feel about a bearded dwarf lady. It is kind of something like that, you know, it's a little bit different. Is considered, I guess, a monster. I don't know, man. When a girl has a better beard, facial hair than me, I take it as like competition. I'm gonna give her a D. I'm not too happy about that. B girls, you know, they got the little insect wings. It's kind of weird. They also have that stinger, so you gotta be careful that, you know, if you're like behind them, if you like doggy style, you could get like impaled. Pregnant a B girl, she's gonna have like hundreds, if not thousands. Have you not seen what queen bees do? They make so many babies. I don't want anything to do with that. The child support gonna be through the roof. That's complete D tier. I don't want anything to do with that. Buddy girl. Now this is finally a solid monster girl out here. Not only are they super cute with the bunny ears, they hop around, they have that cute little bushy tail. They're also, you know, canonically very thirsty all the time. They're very nice like that. I like thirsty girls. You know, mating like rabbits. Have you not heard of that saying? Buddy girls, top tier. Especially like buddy girl cosplays. Have you not seen buddy girl cosplay, stuff like that? They're up there for a reason. One of the most fetishized things out there. That's complete S tier. Butterfly girl. Again, we're going to like the insect range out here. Butterflies, I don't know, apparently like flies and other things can taste like butterflies can taste with their feet. If they're using their feet, they can taste you. I'm not too sure how I feel about that kind of nonsense out there. They also have like very delicate wings, so if you touch them, apparently you could damage their wings. That's also kind of like iffy. They can be kind of cute, kind of mysterious, but again, it gets a little bit weird. It's C. It's not quite as bad as like a B girl though. And now we're getting to probably the most fetishized monster girl of all time. No girl compares to the cat girl. We know where it's going. There's a reason why it's like the #1 most fetishized thing out there. It's a cat girl. All the VTubers out there, there's probably more cat girls than fox girls. All right, they're great. Nekopara really nailed it home with all the good stuff that was going on in that game. Very good. Centipede Girl. Now we're getting kind of into the weird category. You got the nice human top, but then you have like the centipede thing on the bottom where she could like wrap you around like a snake, but instead it's like an insect body where she can kind of, I mean, I'm uncomfortable with that. I am not gonna lie. That is not something that I'm very, very comfortable with. I think it's a little bit weird. I mean, some people may be getting into like being slinked up in the centipede stuff, the insect parts. However, I don't want anything to do with that. That's just weird. Centipedes in general, not so good. The Chimera. Chimera is, I guess, kind of like a mixed dragon kind of weird things. It could be a mix of anything, you know? You can maybe make something somewhat human out of that, or you could have a Nina. And you know, honestly, I want nothing to do with a Nina. That's just wrong. I don't think these things should exist. That's terrible. That's a D tier. Now a cowgirl. We know we like cowgirls. All right, cowgirls are great. They gotta be milked all the time. You get your free mommy milkies. They're usually very ripped. You know, they got a lot of good stuff out there. They may be eating all the time. If you know anything about cows though, cows though, they have like 4 stomachs, they fart a lot, but she's gonna have some really, really good mommy milkies, like the best probably out there. This is like a solid A tier waifu. A cowgirl, very good, very enticing, not too bad. Now again, a Cyclops is pretty much almost the same as a human, except a Cyclops just has a single enormous eye in the middle of their face. Cyclopses are kind of cool, but I don't know how I'd feel about a giant eyeball looking at me all the time. It's just a little bit weird with that one-eyed. There's not really much difference. It's kind of like a B tier. You know, it's like something you maybe want to experiment with, but it's not something that you'd be over the moon with. Middle of the road, it's okay. Now, dark elves. This is probably one of my most fantastical things that I love personally. I love me some dark elves. I think they're hot as all heck. The nice dark skin, the mysterious magical vibes out there. I love me some dark elves out there. They're just humans, but just a tier above humans. They're just better than normal girls, just period. Now, demons. Demons, you know, they can be a little bit tricky. I'd assume like a succubus would be something in here. When you think of a demon, you think of like a devil girl, succubus kind of thing. Succubuses, succubi, they're very hot. They're naughty. They want to do some things to you. They want to get some stuff done. However, they kind of most of the time have like those horns that could get in the way. Maybe try to sign a contract with you to try to suck your soul out there. Could be fun. Again, this is like borderline BC. It depends. I'd be hesitant. Like some of them may have strings attached. Some of them may just want a good time. If they have the strings attached, that's what's holding back the demon girl. You know, they always want those contracts and things like that. Now, a dragon girl. If you have watched Maid Dragon, Kaguya, you know, Kobayashi's Dragon Maid has made dragon girls very, very popular. I love Luca. Like, I have to say, they're very nice. They're very dangerous, though. You gotta watch out. You don't want to piss them off. They will absolutely destroy you. But if she is on your side, there is a waifu that's gonna be with you for the longest time. They're gonna be with you for a long time. They could be very cute, very nice. I like dragons. I think dragons are freaking cool. And I think dragon girls could be even better because they could usually shift between their 2 forms. This is a Dryad. I don't know what a Dryad is, but I assume it's like a spider girl hybrid or something of the sort. Arachneya, I think from Monster Musume, was one of the best girls there. She was very nice, but the spider things, no, I just cannot get behind that. I'm a hard no because, you know, spiders, they still creep me out. That's a hard no for me. Now, Dryad is a like plant thing of the forest. Usually they're very lightly clothed, very hot, but sometimes a Dryad could also come with like a horse bit below her or a deer bit below her. Again, that's like a C tier. You never know what's gonna go on, but it still could maybe entice you if it's human enough. A Dullahan. Now that's the girl from Monster, Interview with Monster Girls. She was one of the best girls there. Could be a little bit weird, the fact that the head doesn't quite go on top of the body. However, it just means that you could be, you know, have the head below, while you are playing with the thing above, which is kind of nice. Not gonna lie, there's some things you could do there. It's just a human, just with some extra cavats here and there. It's like an A tier. It's a solid A tier. Now a dwarf. So this is different from like a bearded dwarf. This is just like a normal dwarf girl. It's just like a short stack. You know, it could be fun, but she's kind of like burly, very bulky, more wide, you know, than tall and stuff out there. I feel like a dwarf is kind of standard out there. She could be kind of, you know, cute and stuff like that, but I'm not quite into that kind of thing when she's big and stalky, probably drinks ale all the time, but a solid B tier. Nothing that I'd be too opposed. Probably as tall as me. Yeah, exactly. About as tall as me. An elf, again, there's a reason why elves are probably one of the most fetishized races out there. They're tall, they're beautiful, gorgeous. They live a long time, like a lot of youth. They have magic. This is like no-brainer S tier. Just like Dark Elf, no-brainer. No-brainer. Now, Fey Creatures. These are like those magical, mystical beings that you find. They kind of have like maybe some horns and things in there. They exist in D&D. A lot of girls play these. It's usually elf or Fey creatures, and this is like your fetish of like fluffing a blue or pink skinned waifu. That's the fetish right there. And honestly, I feel like that is a quick and easy S tier kind of thing. It's easy S tier. You get a pink skin or blue skinned girl. I mean, that could be kind of neat. Now a fairy. Fairy is a little bit weird. A fairy is just like a normal human being, kind of with like those mystical like wings. However, they're very, very tiny. They're very, very small, and you can't really work with that too well. Yes, you could possibly use the jar, you degenerate people out there. It's like if you do anything, you're probably going to kill it. You can't really get any pleasure out of it. I don't know. It's like C tier or something. It's going to be a little bit weird. And here is the Flower Girl. Flower Girl is actually something of the forest. That's kind of like the Dryad that I was thinking of, but like this one's a little bit more, I guess, normalized, I guess. I don't know. You're like fluffing a plant. It's like a vegetarian. I wouldn't be too opposed to it, you know? Maybe I want to eat my vegetables, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like S tier worth, but it's a solid A tier. Fox Girl, I think this goes without saying. The top of all S tier. Fox Girls are just better. I don't have to explain it. Do I need to explain it? Fox Girls, they're just better. They're like cat girls, except just better, fluffier tails, a little bit more mischievous, more fun. Frog Girls. If they're like Suyu from My Hero Aka, could be fun. She's gonna be a little bit sticky, has that long tongue. It's just like a normal human, just, you know, maybe a little bit weird, maybe croaks a little bit here and there. You could get used to that. Frog Girl's a solid A. Probably better than an android girl, you know? I could get behind that. Not gonna cause you any harm. Ghost Girl. Ghost Girl is basically just human, but dead and ethereal, and you can't really touch her. I mean, maybe there's some mystical powers or something that maybe you can touch it, but it's just kind of weird. If you can't touch it, then it's just like a D tier, honestly. If she's able to touch you, it's gonna be like a B tier maybe at most. I'm just gonna give it like a solid middle of the road B tier if she can like do something with you. Giantess. It's kind of good. However, she could step on you and absolutely annihilate you. And honestly, you would never really be able to please this woman. It's just a really big lady, you know? It's just not gonna work. She's just too big. I'll feel bad. Yeah, she could potentially destroy you. I'm gonna give her a C tier. She could potentially destroy you. As much as I would like to lay in those boobas, she could potentially step on you and end your career. The gnome. I guess they're like more petite dwarves in a way, is what gnomes are. They're kind of short and stocky. I don't know. Like it's kind of weird. It's kind of just the same as a dwarf, honestly. It's just like, hey, you know, maybe. It's just a gnome. It's Goblin Girl out there. This is pretty much the same thing as a gnome. It's goblin. It's like a little, you know, maybe they just want to steal your gold or something like that. Maybe they want to sell you a good deal like that. I mean, it's like they're just green gnomes. So again, middle of the road B tier. A Gorgon. A girl that looks at you and turns you to stone. Needless to say, the snake hair girl that turns you to stone, this is easy D tier. If you look at her, you're pretty much dead. You don't want to be hard forever, all right? Doctor's orders, you have to go and see a doctor if you're hard more than like 2 to 3 hours here. Harpy, it's like a bird girl. She'll maybe lay some eggs and stuff around there. It's kind of strange. She's got the wings and the legs that are birds. I mean, maybe she could have like the boobas out and everything's like that, but still, it's kind of, that's like on the verge of being a little bit too weird for me. Again, I'd prefer a giantess over a harpy, let's be real. Horse Girl, it's weird. I want nothing to do with that horse body. Not as bad as Centipede Girl, but it's about the same as a harpy. It's just a little bit too weird. The only reason she's C tier is because of Monster Musume. That's all I'm saying. The Imp. This is what I can go behind. These are just demons, but they're just, you know, they're dogs, you know, they're the horn dogs all the time is what they are. This is like that one red girl, the red-skinned hottie that you see all the time. I feel like this is like an easy A tier. Like this is the red-skinned cutie out there. All right, that's not bad. That's an easy S tier. She could be a little bit evil, but you know, it's whatever. Again, insects are just weird for me. It's not my thing. It's just not my thing. I apologize. Kobold is like furry territory. Is it gonna kill me? Probably not. Still a hard pass from me. That's a D tier. A Lamia. That's the snake girl. It's a little bit less weird than the centipede girl. She's gonna wrap around you, do some things out there, you know, like, okay. Not the worst thing in the world. A little bit clingy, could probably crush you and squeeze you to death. That's getting in like the dangerous territory. I don't think a Lamia deserves a D tier, but it's definitely next to all the other Monster Musume girls. Now the living doll, it's basically just like a human, but just a doll. So it could be a little bit weird. It's still better than some of these other options, so it's at least a B tier at the very least. A mermaid. Now I know we've all had like fantasies of like maybe Ariel from Disney, like, you know, the redhead one with the seashell bikini. Like, you know, as a kid, you're like, damn, that's actually kind of hot. They're like, all right, but then what if they don't have like the bottom? Like they like lay some eggs and they want you to fertilize them. That again, that's kind of weird, but it's not like the most repulsive thing in the world. Again, it's like a B tier. Moth girl with the lamp thing. I've seen a lot of like hot moth girls. I'm not gonna lie. And just for that alone, even though they're insects, they at least get a C tier from me, even though it's still a little bit weird. The mouse girl. A mouse girl just got like the tail, a little ratty tail. It's pretty much normal. Just a solid A tier. Nothing really else to say. You know, just gonna be kind of petite, kind of small. Not too bad. The mummy, you're basically dealing with like a decrepit thing with bandages all the time out there. It's like necrophiliac stuff. I that's a hard pass on a D. I don't want anything to do with that. Mushroom girl, again, I think mushrooms are one of the grossest things out there. They're full of insects. Ever since I picked up a mushroom in the wild and there's like weird bugs crawling all over inside of it, I was like, oh, hard pass, D. Nothing want to do with that. Nine-tailed fox, again, I mean, what can I say? It's like the same thing as a fox girl. She's just gonna be a little bit more powerful, a little bit more demonic. A nine-tailed fox girl, let's go. An Octomade. The octopus thing, a little bit weird. I'm not into the tentacles. It's a D tier for me. The Oni. The Oni is just basically like a normal girl, except a little bit more stronger than usual. And the horns, I'm not gonna lie, kind of hot. I like an Oni girl. They're very cute. Well, because they are kind of strong, I'm a little bit worried that they might break me. Easy A tier at the very least. Easy A tier. The Orc Girl, it's gonna be like a strong, really buff girl. Green skin. I'll go with the B tier. It's like what you think. It's just like a B tier. You may want to experiment with it. You know, like, okay, I could go with that. An Owl Girl. Now, Owl Girl is gonna be a little bit weird. If it's like Mume, then like, yeah, that's easy, like S tier. But if she's got like, you know, like the owl feet and she could turn her head all the way around, I mean, maybe she could do that. I don't know. At least I'm gonna put it in like, it's like between A, S, and B tier. So I'm gonna put it in A. A Pixie. I think a Pixie is like bigger than a fairy, but Pixies are like evil. They're kind of like tiny little evil things. Honestly, they gotta be worse than the fairies. So we'll just go. They're just mischievous little things. Plant girls. Again, I thought I already ranked the plant girls. Oh, if it's like the plant girl from Monster Musume, it's just like a green waifu. Okay, that's actually not too bad. If it's an actual plant girl, just like that, then I'm talking like easy A tier on that one. That's easy A tier. I'm gonna assume puppy girl is dog girl out there, and a dog girl is like a nice, loyal, hot, normal girl. So yeah, I mean, dog girl, there's nothing wrong with that. It's cute. She likes her head pats. It's literally Corona in there, so that's easy S tier. Robot girl. And machinery is kind of strange. It's not like the worst thing in the world, so it's a C tier from me. The satyr, I think, is basically kind of human up top, but it has like some animal ears, and then it has like an animal like goat bottom. I think it's like a satyr is. I've seen like a few of them before. They're like okay. The hoof thing may make it a little bit weird. Again, it's something you'd probably maybe want to experiment with. It's like a B tier. Scorpion girl, with the poison things, anything that could kill me, I don't want anything to do with that. No, thank you. No, thank you. A Selkie, again, I forgot what a Selkie even is. I'm not gonna lie. A Selkie is not something I'm familiar with. I'm just gonna say it's probably a D tier. The Siren, those are those things that lull you to sea to drag you underwater and kill you. They're very hot, yes, up top, but they're basically evil mermaids too. They go into the D tier because they won't drag you out and eat you. A Slime girl, okay, hear me out. They're able to mold to what you want. They're kind of hot. They can be kind of cool, but you can, like, you know, get a little drowned inside of them, you know, but they could be cute. I'm going to just at least put it in A tier because Sue is best girl from Monster Musume, hands down. They're a little bit goopy, but it could be a little bit fun. At least they're always wet and ready. I'm a little bit weird. Hey, I'm a little bit weird. What can I say? Spider girl out here. Spider girl, no, I don't want anything to do. That's just, it's just weird. It's the legs and everything. I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, I'm all right with a succubus. I mean, I think they're hot. I think they just want to give you the suck, but they are sucking out your life force and killing you. But man, are they hot as heck. They're going the B tier. They go in the B tier because they are technically killing you. And a tiefling, this is like the D&D class up there. I think tieflings are very hot. That's easy S. It's like the classic race that most girls play in D&D. Elf, tiefling. That's what it is. Centaur. Again, the horse thing makes it weird. I thought we already had a horse girl in here. It's the same thing as horse girl. It's the same damn thing. Unicorn girl. If it's just a girl with a horn on her head, then it's okay. But if she has the horse body, it's the same dealio. The vampire, she can turn her bat, but then she can be human. She can seduct you. She can make you a thrall, but she is gonna want to suck your blood occasionally. I'm just gonna assume if she's your waifu, then she's on your side. She can make you kind of an immortal creature there too. Blood sucking thing is not something I'm too super excited about, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Kind of be up there with the succubus. Kind of be weird. The water nymph. I'm not familiar with water nymphs too much and what their lore is, but nymph usually means that girl wants to fluff the crap out of you. Kind of up there. The werewolf. I'm not into furries. I'm not into that. Especially a werewolf that wants to eat me. That's easy D tier. The witch. Witches are basically humans, but have magical powers. Easy S tier. Especially if we're thinking like Mona. Oh, Lord almighty. D is, well, a zombie. I am not a necrophiliac. That's where that goes. This is my Monster Girl tier list right here. It's very, very well put together. I'm happy with it. It may differ from your tier list, but I feel like I've given out very good reasons as to why this is what it is. I feel like it's pretty good. You could disagree with it in the comment section. You could maybe make an appeal to like some of the girls, like, hey Noble, I feel like this girl deserves to be knocked down a peg because of this reason here, and I'll look at it and be like, oh, maybe that's right. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video out here, you know, maybe subscribe if you want some more tier lists out here of some interesting things, and I'll see you beautiful sons of guns again next time.
You crazy mother.